Very good evening to everyone. We are here with yet another virtual session, and this is a kind of a journey we are going to discuss. And today we have a wonderful speaker, a wonderful student, a wonderful presenter in social media, and she's S. Janani Subbaraj. She is a currently third year student in Government Yoga and Naturopathic Medical College, Chennai, and she is doing her BNYS, and she is having her tremendous effort to change from engineering to the yoga and naturopathy, and she is tremendously working to reach people through social media, which is an Instagram handle known as the Vogue.you. So I welcome with a small introduction Janani on our platform on your growth. Thank you so much to join with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, On Your Growth, for giving me this opportunity to share my journey in such a wonderful platform. And I should say, you guys are doing an amazing job creating awareness about all the yoga and naturopathy therapies that are there. So, thank you so much. First, I would like to introduce me. I'm Janani Subbaraj. I'm a third year student uh, doing my Bachelor of Naturopathy and Yogic Medical Science from Government Yoga and Naturopathy Medical College, Chennai. Um, so this is all about me. Today I'm going to share my journey of how I entered into this field and what's my uh, aim to create awareness about this current course that I'm pursuing in and how is the scope of this course. It's going to be an interesting discussion between Own Your Growth and me. Thank you so much for listening to this.
Thank you so much, Janani. Now we'll start with the question. Like question and discussion. The first is how you started your career, not in naturopathy, but how you started your career from after 12th, professional career.
So, professional career in yoga and naturopathy, how I started is first I started with yoga. Yoga has been there with me since my childhood, I should say. My mom was a yoga instructor, and she's the one who forced me to do yoga during those childhood days. At that time, I was very naturally flexible, and I used to do all the asanas. But there came a point where there arose a doubt beside me that yoga is just like any other activity like gymnastics or circus, and it depends upon the bodily level. Because back then I didn't know about the scientific significance of yoga, I should say. So I discontinued and then focused full on my studies. Later, after doing my schooling, after doing my 12th standard, there came a point where every Indian parent says that you should either join engineering or MBBS. And when I decided to join MBBS, NEET came for the first time in Tamil Nadu. So that was the first time in the year 2016 they introduced NEET. Um, my parents were very skeptical about me giving NEET a try because it was the first time for all the students doing here in Tamil Nadu, and they were like, "You won't be able to go through so much pressure." So they put me in engineering. I was very much influenced by my parents, so I went into engineering college, and later going on into engineering, everything was okay till the point I realized that there was some voice inside me saying that this course is not meant for you. You don't belong to a job where you have to, go for a 9 to 5 desk job and then go home, relax. So this was not for me. There was some voice inside me. And this voice, every day it came in the morning while going to the college and after coming from the college, even while, listening to the subjects in engineering. So at that point, I was like very much mentally disturbed, and I went into depression. I also gained a lot of weight because I was doing something which was not, which I wasn't able to do wholeheartedly, and this put me into depression and gained lot of weight. And that is where again I started practicing yoga in order to reduce weight. So this time when I practiced yoga, I experienced some kind of, deep connection with yoga. I was able to experience the benefits both physiologically as well as the mental, the social development of my body and my mind, everything was changing. And yoga, I was very, passionate. I became very passionate about yoga. So I was like, I said to my parents that I wanted to discontinue engineering. I'll do some course in yoga teacher training and I'll become a yoga teacher. Like any other parents, they objected to my decision of discontinuing engineering. So I just went on with their flow of decision. But there came a breakdown where I said no more, I can attend my college. And fortunately, on that day, I found in the newspaper about this course, Bachelor of Naturopathy and Yogic Medical course. So this is called BNYS. And when I searched about BNYs in the internet, everything was either about yoga certification courses or naturopathy. The Google says naturopathy was a pseudoscience, pseudo medicine, that this and all. So I didn't believe in Google that time. I went directly to GYNMC, Government Yoga and Naturopathy Medical College in Chennai. And then I inquired about the course directly to the seniors and the doctors there. So I came to know that BNYS is something, some kind of course that integrates both this allopathy medicine and yogic and naturopathic interventions, which was very much what I was searching for. So that is how I landed into this field. But before joining the college, also I experienced much struggle because after I discontinued engineering, there was a point where my dad stopped talking to me, and there was a point where there were societal pressures. They were pressurizing me that you quit the professional course and you're joining a course that has no scope. And there was a point, I had a 9-month break between my discontinued and between joining my college. So this point was the very downfall point for me, I should say. I was very much depressed. I was very much worried about the society's pressure. But later, after coming into this course, there is no looking back. I started enjoying this course, I should say.
There is always a saying, when you enjoy all these things, that is a very great thing we enjoy, and we always see that our profession should be our passion. So my
Yes.
next question would be: there is a difficulty of time period where you have faced. There is a different transition. So
Yeah.
what was the exact situation? How you dealt? Because the part of dealing, how you dealt that 9 months, because that was a very difficult path. If I see, so how you have dealt that 9 month part, that would be so encouraging for all of us.
Okay. So how I dealt, honestly, if I should say, it was very, I was very down with my mind. I was feeling very depressed, and self-doubt, lot of self-doubt arised inside me, whether I would be able to pursue this course successfully, whether I would have a career. Because when I went to get TC, that is the discontinued certificate from engineering college, the dean there said that you are ruining your career from discontinuing a professional course. There is no scope for yoga or naturopathy. You can take that as a part-time or correspondence course, and you can pursue your engineering as full-time. And why are you taking such kind of bad decisions? He was like, he was influencing me a lot. And after discontinuing, after I said him firmly, that I should discontinue and I no longer will be able to withstand the studies. After coming out from that college also, I experienced a lot of pressure from the relatives side. They also said the same thing. So I was put into a lot of self doubt whether I would be able to be successful in this career. But after pursuing yoga, after practicing it every day, because I was totally free during those 9 months period of time, because I had 9 months once I discontinued from my college, and to join my next college, I had 9 month period of time. And I didn't know what to do, because I was not like any other student. All my batchmates were going to college, they were studying, whereas I was sitting free at home. I didn't know what to do, whether to study, whether to do yoga, or whether to feel conscious about my career. So what I did was I enrolled in the yoga teacher training course, and that was an eye opener training session for me, because no, I came to know that yoga was not only about doing physical exercise. It's about unifying the mind, the social, and the physiological changes that happens inside our body. So I was very sure after enrolling into this yoga teacher training, I became very sure that I'm going to be successful in this career, and I'm going to spread the awareness of this course, that Bachelor of Naturopathy and Yogic Medical course, throughout this world. That was my motto during those 9 months period of time. Initial 4 months was full of self-doubt, and later on, fine, after the fourth month, I got up and I did this yoga teacher training for 3 months, and I became a certified yoga instructor, and I started training a lot of students, and that is how I gained confidence, I should say.
It is a real great journey, what I must say to you. And even I am impressed or I am motivated right now.
Thank you.
So, my next question would be that you have reduced your weight.
Yeah.
So, can you explain that process? Because everyone sees it's a very fast process. You can reduce weight in a month or so. But that is not a real thing when we talk about reducing the weight. So, you have said that you have reduced your weight. So, what was the things you have taken care and what was the period of time? Because with that, your normal life is also there by reducing your weight. So, can you explain that process of it?
Sure. I said had went into depression and I gained a lot of weight, I should say. For my height, that weight was very awkward, and again, I got bullied my friends because we were all in the teenage days, and they used to bully me for my overweight, for occupying, so much space in the desk because I was overweight. So that in turn got me into reducing this weight, got me into the weight loss journey. So first step I took towards my weight loss journey was practicing yoga. So I thought there should be any type of physical activity to reduce weight in the initial days. So I started practicing yoga, and I should say that I had reduced 4 to 5 kgs in a span of 2 months with consistent practice. So I gained there arised some kind of confidence in my after reducing weight. And then the next step I took is towards diet. So I did intermittent fasting where I stopped my dinner at 7 p.m. in the night and resumed my breakfast in the next day at 7 a.m. So there was 12 hours window of fasting. So these two methods helped me to reduce weight, not only not only at a healthier way, but it was also sustainable. So I did yoga every day. I also followed this intermittent fasting, and I could continue it for months. Whereas some who look into weight loss journey or who look forward to losing weight, they immediately go for reducing 10 kgs in a month or reducing 20 kgs in a month. I should say that is not at all sustainable, because either you will be put on a very strenuous diet, very restrictive diet, where you can't be following that for even more than a month. And the next way the people reduce weight is going to gym, working out for 2 to 3 hours, more than overtraining themselves to reduce weight at a shorter span of time. And again, there arises a weight plateau where you won't be able to reduce weight after a certain period of time. So whatever you do, either physical activity or either diet, that should be done more than what you did previously. So there arises tolerance inside our own body of not reducing weight, and we should suffer a lot, even a lot, before we started our weight loss journey. So I think there should always be this gradual, one by one step at a time towards the weight loss journey, to understand your body, what is happening inside you, and you should listen to your body while losing weight, especially because we tend to get a lot of cravings in between. We tend to go back to the stage where we were previously. In order to overcome all that, we should listen to our body, listen to our mind, and do accordingly step by step.
Thank you so much. Because we always say there is no such period of time that you can reduce in a month or two.
Yeah,
There is a process to reduce the weight. So that
right.
process she have explained about herself. So my next question would be to you. You have become a certified yoga instructor and have trained 200 plus people in yoga. What
Yes.
was the change you have seen in yourself in this period of time? And what was the change you have seen in the people by doing yoga? Because teaching part and preaching part is much difficult and much different.
Mm, right. So when I started my yoga teacher training, I started when I was 18 years. My first students did not know that I was teaching them for the first time, and that itself made me very nervous because I was doing my yoga instructing for the first time and didn't know how to handle the students properly. But I somehow managed, and they were very happy with my way of training. So so I started coaching them regularly. I started with 3 students in a batch, and then later it went on to 10 students, later 20 students in a batch. So that is how I gradually took along. And so during this process of teaching and training the students, I learned a lot. First, I learned how to be self-confident, because only when we believe in our teaching and our training, the students will believe in us. So that is what I learned, the most important thing while doing yoga training. The next is to not to pressurize the student beyond their limits, to understand their body, because as a yoga instructor, I should say that it's not only important to understand our body, but it's also important to understand the student's body and mind. So according to the psychological aspect, we should take them. Some students will be very much interested to do yoga to advanced asanas, some won't be. So we should, understand their psychological aspect and handle the class accordingly. And the next uh, concept that I discovered during the period of my training is that there should be a variety in our class. So once we start training the same kind of yoga or the same kind of instruction for a period of time, they get bored. And some students tend to get bored so quickly that they leave the class even after 10 days. So there should be variety, there should be the enthusiasm inside us, and that enthusiasm, when recognized by students, they would never leave the class. They will always be looking forward to attend our class. So that is what I have learned. And over the period of training, I have evolved myself differently, both mentally and physically. So, yeah, it is a beautiful journey, I should say.
Thank you so much. It was a great journey, I must say. So
Yeah.
there is a question of mine that whenever a teacher who teaches yoga, either he should be a very good presenter or either he should be very good instructor. So there are two things that a yoga teacher should have. So
Yeah.
what are the main things a yoga teacher, as a yogi, what you are doing, the quality should be there during classes?
So the main thing that a yoga instructor or any teacher should have is to practice what they teach. They should themselves practice first, and then they should teach to their students. I see a lot of students or a lot of trainers now who are doing 15 days yoga certification course or 20 days yoga certification course, and they are becoming trainers. So their period of time is very less, and they have not given time to explore themselves first. And how can they explore their students? So that is the major thing about becoming a yoga trainer. It's similar to treating a patient. So yoga teacher is not only about handling the physical aspect, not like a fitness trainer or a gym trainer. They are going to go into their physiological state as well as their mind mental state and social state. So in order to unify all the yoga instructor, first they should understand themselves, their body, their way of practice, what suits them, what doesn't suit them, and how confident they are while doing yoga or while teaching yoga. And then they should handle the same to their students. So it's important to take a break and practice for ourselves. So how much of a busy you are, even if you're a part-time yoga instructor, or even if you're someone who's studying and taking a yoga for part-time, I should say that you have to allot a practice time for yourself. You have to discover your body and your ability to practice, and then only you can share that knowledge of yours to the students. So that will be most beneficial. Even if we don't practice and we just demonstrate, we just say, hey, do this, hey, do that, this will be good, this will be that. There won't be any point in saying that, and the students won't be able to feel the benefit of yoga really. So practice what you preach, allot time for yourselves to practice, and understand yourself first, and then you will be able to easily handle the students.
That is a very correcting what you have said, that what you teach first you should practice,
Yeah,
and then you teach, so the impact of teaching would be very good. So
right.
now we'll come to your journey, which may be a transition, the formation of an Instagram handle. Maybe
Okay.
it was different when you have created, but now it is very different in the phase of 2021. So how your journey started, the work.ub. So Instagram, how you started that Instagram is for you, because there is again a question, because in every platform there is certain kind of things, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, WhatsApp. So how you found that yourself to be made for the Instagram?
Okay. So Instagram, first as a I didn't come to Instagram as a content creator in the first. I became a fitness model, yoga model when I was doing my first year course of BNYS. So in order to spread my portfolio to all the photographers out there, I started posting my yoga pictures and some of my modeling pictures in the gram. And back then there wasn't any reels, there wasn't any videos to post as an option in Instagram. So the only way to show ourselves in Instagram was photos. So I started doing that back, and I wasn't having any public account or public page. It was just a private page. Just I used to create all the portfolio for my yoga pictures, and then I leave it. I don't focus much on Instagram. And then last year during this lockdown, there arose a time where we weren't able to open our yoga studios because of the lockdown. And then we didn't know about the Zoom also. So our students were very much concerned about their yoga practice and not being able to connect with us. So Instagram introduced the live option during that time. And I thought Instagram live was better to spread awareness, better to teach yoga, especially for our students, and also to spread awareness throughout the world. Who are all interested to practice yoga, they can all join. So I thought I'll ask my students to join my Instagram live, and we created. I made my page public. I named my page as Vogue Yogi, because there should be some name related to yoga and fashion, and that is how I discovered the name as Vogue Yogi. So I sent the link for the live session to all my students and to all those who are interested. During starting my page, I had only 600 followers last year, exactly in the month of May. So I had only 600 followers. And then over time, the live session, 20 participants became as 40, and 40 stayed along throughout the period of 3 months. So my followers also started expanding, and many across the world. Like I got messages from Australia, US, and UK saying that our yoga session was very much helpful for them, and that too we are affording the session for free, and they are able to do it, they're able to enjoy it. So that is how the word spread throughout the country. And I started gaining followers. It became 1500 in the month of November, and now it's to 4000. So step by step I'm gaining followers organically, and I'm very happy about it. So I'm very happy that it's a platform where if one steps into Instagram, you can one you can use it to share your knowledge, or you can use it to share your creativity. So it can be a platform to connect all the people across the globe with similar like-minded people. So I'm very happy about starting the page in Instagram, and the lockdown has made me do that. I'm also thankful to the lockdown.
That is very true. And if anyone knows that we had done one last year, one session with her, and that was a different time with her, and this year is a different time. So that
Right,
transition is there to see us, because we know from that period of time. So in
right.
1 year, we have seen the changes in the page called the Vogue.io. Secondly,
Okay.
I wanted to ask that whenever you do a work, whenever you do present your work in the Instagram, what was your research process, or what was your process to make a content so people or students can learn before they publish their content visible to everyone?
Okay. So when I started this page, or when I made my page public, my only aim was to provide a very authentic content based on research based evidence, because I saw a lot of yoga instructors, I saw a lot of people who weren't even naturopaths or who weren't even into the medicine field, but they somewhat say tips and tricks related to medicine, and they just go like that. So I don't want to be that kind of a person who just says, but it should be backed up by science, backed up by evidence. And I wanted yoga to be seen in a scientific way. So not only in a physical exercise, many show yoga for abs, yoga for core, or yoga for reducing weight. I don't want to be that influencer who just want to show people what yoga as a physical way to reduce weight, or to take care of our body needs. But I want to show yoga to spread a larger audience of telling them that yoga is also a science that can act deeply in our brain and in our mind, as well as in our physiological aspect. So that is how I started posting some videos of what certain asanas, or of what certain breathing techniques, what does it does to our body physiologically and scientific way, backed by evidence. So every time when I create a post, or every time when I post a reel, I almost read 10 types of research paper before posting it. So I shouldn't say just like that, or I shouldn't communicate any information in a false way. So that was my main way. And I did 10 types of research paper, and the summary of the research paper only I'll be able to post. So it's not only about the post, or it's not only about the 1 30 seconds video that I'm posting as free, but it takes about 3 hours of reading, studying, and analyzing, then thinking about how to create this content to reach the public. So all effort goes into this. Yeah, it's a big effort. It's a huge effort to post something in Instagram.
And it's a huge journey too. So,
Yeah,
and it's a great that we are seeing you growing, and we wish you to grow in the same way. See
thank you so
now,
much.
yeah. So you have been a guest lecturers, public speakers on many platforms to speak on yoga and naturopathy. So how do you feel that we should, like we are the doctors, should go and speak about yoga and naturopathy, and what are the things you have spoken till now? Can you just elaborate on that part?
Okay. So my speaking journey started when during the lockdown it expanded, and before that I was giving guest lectures to many corporate offices about yoga and the way we train yoga, everything. So after this lockdown, everything went online, and I started gaining. I was invited to many college speeches, and as a guest lecture, especially during this yoga month during June. So I had spoken about many topics related to yoga, how it helps to cure our anxiety, stress, for sleep, and naturopathy, the way to deal naturopathy with the current COVID waves that are going on. So I had spoken about various topics regarding yoga and naturopathy. One thing I should say is, as a BNYS doctor, when we explain something to the public, we should explain that with conviction. So we should eliminate the self-doubt. We have, as a BNYS student, we have a lot of self-doubt going in, whether our method of treatment, will it work or will it not, and how to tell them to the public. We have a lot of this, self-fear inside us. So we have to eliminate all those self-fear. We should, start implementing all those naturopathy principles that we learn as a student in our day-to-day life, and then we have to observe the changes ourselves, and then when we explain that with our experience, it will reach the public even more. So it's not only about saying that naturopathy this, that naturopathy does this, naturopathy does that. It's not about take a paracetamol, it will eliminate, it will elevate all your pain, but it's about experiencing. Yoga and naturopathy is about experiencing by ourselves first, and then delivering it to the public. So anything that you say about yoga and naturopathy, that should be given with conviction, with a belief that it will be able to treat and reverse lot of diseases. Then only the public will have a hope on us. So that is the main thing I have learned throughout my journey of public speaking.
That is so insightful for every student. See, now we are interviewing a student right now as a BNY student. So may people ask to me that why we are interviewing a student. So these are the different reasons why we are here to discuss her journey.
Right.
Okay. So what would you say to the students of BNYs? There is no need to complete your BNYs to start something. Okay. There is no need for a start like I should complete my BNYs, then I should think about the page of Instagram, the YouTube page, or a website or anything. So how
Right.
you would say that there is a right time? What would be the right time for a student to start something?
Okay. So I should say that anything you need to start, there's no right. There is not any right time to start. So when we wait for the right time, the time goes on, and then we become old, or then we have the opportunity of then we don't have the opportunity to do that. So whenever you feel like starting anything, start right now. That is what the most important thing I learned. Because as a student, I started my page, and now also I'm a student, but still. During starting this page, I was doing my second year, and I had a lot of fear that as a student we are producing a lot of posts which is related to medicine, naturopathy, and there are doctors who have been experienced in this field for 20 years, and they don't speak about this to the public. So is it right to deliver these posts to the public? I was having a lot of doubt, but what gave me an insight is that there are many people who are not even doing this course, and they are able to say a lot of things related to natural tips, natural medicine, and yoga. So why not we once we come into this course of bachelor BNYS, we are not a student. We are the naturopaths. We are the doctors. As the naturopathy quote says, we become the teachers, not the doctors. So we have to teach the public first, and then become their doctors. In order to teach that, I delivered information, the facts, backed up by science, backed up by research, and throughout that way of posting and being active on Instagram, I myself learned a lot of facts about naturopathy, about yoga, how it acts on our body in a scientific way. So if I had waited for the right time after doing my degree and after becoming a BNYS doctor, if I had waited for that time, then I should say I would have missed the opportunity which is happening throughout this period of lockdown, or even I would have missed this opportunity of delivering the speech in this platform today. So don't wait for the right time. And any time is the right time for us, especially for us BNYS doctors as students. We have to start communicating from a very early period of time in order to attract the public, in order to um, become the trust of the people or the patients. So its communication is very important, and start communicating at an early period of time, even if you're a first year student, second year student, doesn't matter.
Thank you so much, because that is a very good thing what you have said, that whenever time is there, we just utilize it. Don't wait that it to be become an opportunity. Might it become opportunity. And as you have said, you are here to talk about your journey. That's a very great time. I feel so, because we have discussed so many things in a
Right.
period of 20-25 minutes. So what are
Yes.
the things, I will ask a last question to you. What was the thing you wanted to deliver as a yogi to all the world, to all your future? Because as a yogi, you want to deliver something, a particular motto of your life. What was it?
Okay. So my motto as a BNYS student or a BNYS doctor, my only motto is to spread the awareness of this course. Because back then, when I came into this course, when I was looking forward to join this course, all the Google information was about it was pseudoscience, it was a false science, and I got frustrated by that. And once I went into the college, then only I came to know about the syllabus of this course, and the syllabus is designed in such a way that it integrates the modern medicine as well as the naturopathy and the yogic concept, which we cannot find in any other type of course or any other type of syllabus. So right now, after seeing my Instagram posts, and after the people getting awareness of the naturopathy therapy, they are asking me whether they will be able to do this course again. There are a lot of doctors who themselves ask me about this question. So my only aim is to spread the awareness of this course to a lot of students who after the 12th who are seeking to spread the awareness of healthy lifestyle throughout this world and who want to pursue this naturopathy course, to all those people who are becoming ill and who are taking a bunch of tablets every day and think that the tablets are the only cure of disease. I want to say to them that you can prevent your disease, you can reverse your disease with healthy lifestyle through naturopathy and yoga. And to all the people across the world in general, to know about such authentic course which combines naturopathy, yoga, the social, mental, and the physiological relationships we experience in our body. So before it goes to the west, I think it's important for our Indians to preserve this course and to make naturopathy our origin.
That is the best thing she said, that make our origin of naturopathy for everything, because
Right.
we are the one who started ancient text, believing the ancient text, believing the
Yes.
ancient work, and how that is growing to the western part. We should be taken over that part and save our culture, diversity, and the tradition what we have learned till now. So,
Yes.
what would be your parting thoughts to all those who are watching now and going to watch your journey?
Okay. So my point will be we are BNYS, we are naturopaths, we are yoga practitioners. We teach yoga, we do naturopathy practices, not only for curing your disease, but also uh, as someone who's a well-wisher for you to let you know that all the diseases preventable in this world through following a regular healthy lifestyle. So we are here to teach you about those healthy lifestyle and tips. There are a lot of naturopaths now in Instagram, now in various social medias. You can, if you Google or if you YouTube any naturopathy videos, there are almost the therapy tips for all the diseases, which is available in a naturopathic aspect. So, naturopathy, I should say, it's not a way of treating your disease, it's a way of life. So, adapt that principle, that practice into your life, and you will experience innumerable changes happening in your body, happening around your surrounding, and you will be able to reconnect to the nature. So we all will become, smarter, happier, and healthier when we know how to implement these practices in our day-to-day life.
Thank you so much. It was a great session for me, if I say, because I have learned so many things. Starting,
Thank
if I
you.
talk about your journey, which was made an engineer, it will make you engineer, but you have changed your career to a BNY's doctor. And
Yeah,
everyone say there is a difficulty in the BNYs to approach a job process or
right.
to learn something. But I must say, if you have the quality, if you have to become a good doctor, this is the best stream of doctor or best stream of medicine to learn into. So thank you
Yeah.
so much, Janani, to
Thank you. Thank you so much
share
for
your
giving me this
experiences from your
opportunity.
professional time to till now. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we'll
Thank
end
you.
our session.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Janani. Thank you.
Thanks for joining, everyone.